Well, good morning, everybody. How was everyone doing, honey? Y'all hear my voice ain't right because it's early in the morning and it is only 10:41, and usually I'm still asleep. Okay, sometimes I don't get up until 11 a.m. to go to work. Okay, so please excuse that my voice sounds a bit froggy-ish. Okay, but good morning to the JayBirds. Okay, happy Thursday. I said, girl, let me get up here and you know what I'm saying, get a little watch along live for the interview that Escape did with Tigger and Shamia this morning. Let me do that before it gets too late. Let me do that before I come home from work and I'm tired, okay? Because y'all know usually I'm like, I ain't got time to be up here on Thursdays. I try to sleep. But we're gonna get into it today. Okay, now look, it was not a long interview, it was only about 18, like maybe 18 minutes or whatever. But y'all know once we get into it and talk about it or whatever, it'll be a little bit longer. So we're gonna be around here no later than 11:30 because I have to leave to go to work at 12. Okay. But I am happy y'all pop in, okay, to see this. And thank you to those who are watching live. And thank you to those who are watching the replay and stuff. Okay. Now y'all know first things first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to do what? Subscribe to my channel, okay, to become a whole JayBird, and dot. It's the thing to do, okay? Do not forget to also like this video because it's the thing to do as well. Y'all can comment in the comment section because why? It's a conversation between who, me and y'all and they and everybody else in between. Okay, follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, also on Twitter, also on Tick of the Top. Okay, come on around here. Now look, I'm not all I've done today was woke up, took my shower, washed my face, and brushed my teeth. Okay, so I'm real early morning or whatever. Okay, I have not even put my lipstick on because I have to still use my face wash. Okay, I have not done my face washing. You know what I'm saying? That's my last thing I do before I leave the house. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, how y'all doing? How your mamas, your daddies, your children, okay, your boyfriends, girlfriends, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, play cousins or whatever, aunts and uncles, and I said the nieces and nephews, how everybody doing, okay? How to everybody. You hear me? Okay, hi to the people. So hey y'all, good morning. Hey, good of the mornings, okay? Oh Lord, I'm gonna be tired, y'all. Because I've been up since 8:45, okay? I didn't go to bed until 4. You know? And so I just, but I'm here. I said I was trying to catch Kid because I already knew that Escape was gonna be on there. I knew Kandi would go live because Kandi usually goes live when she is in radio interviews, especially when she up there with Shamia and Big Tigger. So I felt like, okay, if my signal being done, we're gonna leave that be. I see it's on one little notch. But I'm like, I need to catch Kandi. I did not know they were gonna be on so early in the morning. I'm like, maybe they'll be on around 10, 11. I didn't know. Honey, they was on at like 7. I was like, 7 in the morning? Girl, no. I also thought Kandi would save the live how she usually does. This time she did not. Okay. I was like, no. But V103 made sure to have it up on their channel on IG. So we're gonna watch it from there. Okay. And I told y'all yesterday. I say Shamia in there was talking to Tasha because they knew they would talk to Escape today. Okay. They talked to Tasha yesterday and it with Tamika and Tiny and Kandi today. And I feel like it did not disappoint. I feel like it was a good conversation. Okay. Good morning. I will be back home in Farmington this weekend for well, happy birthday to be back in Michigan. Okay. The hi. Hey, good morning. All I used to fast forward through this intro music and I had no idea about that funky breakdown for the end. I thought yeah, the full intro thing is a little bit longer. I just I give folk a minute and a half for YouTube to let y'all know, hey, she here. It's a longer intro, but I feel like, okay, well, yes, it's a little fun with that. Okay. But good morning. It's 7:42. I was asleep at 7:42. I was asleep. Okay. Shamir Miller. I know I'm probably mispronouncing your name. Because it could be Sharmir. I don't know. Okay, you in the office, girl. Hey, girl, how you doing? Okay. Hey, office staff. Okay. Let her listen to me today. Okay, leave it be. Mm-hmm. Hey, good morning. In the office, wait. Okay. Look, tell them hold your calls, Purple Unicorn. Hold the calls. Okay. She busy. Okay, the JayBirds squad is having a conversation about escaping them because Tasha were in line and Kandi and Tamika and Tamika, Kandi, Tamika, and Tiny were out here saying, girl, stop lying on us. Stop lying on us. Stop making it be something that it ain't. Okay, stop making it seem as if we the issue and you ain't the issue, whatever, and it's all on us. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Well, what some beautiful ladies were up. So, on the radio, okay? I get to catch an early life because I was on vacation. Yeah. And y'all know I'm not a morning person. I used to do good morning lives or whatever, but I have not been doing that or whatever. But we still here. We here. Okay, y'all will be about 10 minutes for folk to come in because again, this is not. We're not usually up this early. See people at work. I have to be at work eventually. Okay, so I came on, before I went in. Okay, good. See everybody. See all my JayBirds. We all got jobs and stuff. I'm saying I get sued or whatever. Okay, girl, I be messing names up so much. Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm level to see the 3 pieces together as they should have always been. Not always been. Okay. I finally called you live. I'm about to eat my. Oh, you got some Coney time. Wait, the Coney like the Coney time place? It's the Coney time restaurant here in Detroit that's on 7 Mile and Hayes. That Coney time or this a Coney dog? Let me know because I'm hungry. Okay. I'm gonna surprise stop to give me an omelet today. They basically like stop trying to make fetch happen, Tasha. Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay? I know that they have. I don't like their Coney dogs, but I do like their bowls of chili. I do like their corned beef sandwiches. And I like the wing dings as long as they fry it real hard. But I hate their Coney dogs. Okay? But yes. I know of that kind of time, okay? But let's get into what we came to get into, and that is the foolishness around here because Kandi, Tamika, and Tiny had to come around here and say, LaTocha, stop lying, girl. You lying. Your husband ain't nothing. Well, they ain't say that. I'm just saying. Well, they're expressing themselves. Okay? They're expressing themselves. This about what she been saying, what Rocky been saying. Okay. Just saying. I did cover the last video that Tamika did, the one she just put out today. I'll talk about it toward the end. I feel like she didn't. We're gonna get into it. I'll speak on it a little bit today. Okay, but so we all have been watching. You know what I'm saying? SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B. We're gonna be 2 episodes in. Okay, we're gonna be 2 episodes in, and the drama is thick. It is thick. Okay, thicker than my thighs. Okay, and we have been seeing the group really just escape. Not much SWV having to do interviews and do lives about the drama on the show. Not only because Tamika said that lady, her sister, her mama, and her husband stole her money, but also because of Tasha, girl, all these names. Because Tasha blaming Kandi for her album not coming out. You know, Tasha saying how, Tamika right here lying on her husband. We had a whole watch along for what Tasha interview was. We watched that yesterday, okay? Because if y'all don't know, you have to be around here on my U of the Twos, okay? Because we always going in and letting it be what it is and having conversations about the lives, okay? So we've already went in on that. I'm going to show y'all. Okay, boom. Wait, where is that? The live from yesterday, we talked about LaTocha stuff, okay, and whatnot. I told y'all gotta be around here looking at stuff. Also, y'all know y'all was talking yesterday about my story times. It's a whole story time playlist. Okay, so if you have not watched my story time that I have been doing over the years, I have not done one in about a year. Okay, go ahead around into the playlist. Okay, for all the story times that I've done around here. Okay, but again, LaTocha's video is up there. Well, today, Escape Time 3 was on the Big Tigger, and let's get into it. I was like, girl, y'all is interesting, okay? I don't think anyone knew it would be this much drama so fast. I don't think anyone thought it would be this much drama, even with the Scott sisters so much. Even though we had seen rumblings, okay, of things going on social media around the Soul Train Award situation, I don't think any of us knew all of this had happened. And before the show aired, LaTocha kept saying, y'all gonna watch the show, y'all gonna see her disrespect my mama, y'all gonna see, and all we've seen since watching the show is Tasha be a BIT and a C and H at the end, okay, being a BIT, a C and H at the end. To her castmates, to her sisterhoods, okay, and whatever. It ain't looking good for you, Tasha. For no other reason than how you are coming off on camera. Even though Tasha's around here blaming editing and blaming folk, you know what I'm saying, just not being truthful. I feel like we know the reason it don't look good for you is because of you. It's because of what you did. It's because of what you said, what your husband said. Okay, I feel like even if Tamika did not say Tasha stole my 30K, Tasha, before she said that, was still coming off real B-I-T-C and an H. Okay, so I don't think she even realized how unfriendly, rude, I'm better than that she comes off to people. Okay, but let's listen. Hey y'all, let's come in. Make sure y'all came in, okay, and y'all have already liked the video, okay, and stuff. Hey y'all. Yes, because I need to find out about your sister car. Yeah, the story times are really great. So I put that in I put a whole little playlist up for y'all to see it, okay? So hey to y'all, hey. Yeah, I just went. You're not late, Miami Gardens. Nah, we just getting started. Okay, and stuff. So yes. But let's go.
Is the show going?
A mess.
What's a mess about it?
What is it? Like, I mean, I'm sure you got the 411. I heard that somebody was here yesterday.
We don't get to that.
But yeah, it's a mess. Like, I mean, our group, for whatever reason, we can't never all be on the same page at the same time.
Right.
And we're not really ones that kind of like hide how we feel around camera, so everything pretty much came out. And there was a lot going on at the time of filming,
right.
So people basically getting it all.
Is it what you expected it to be, given what...
Yes. No. Well, I'll tell you what I didn't expect. I didn't expect it to be so much of their family stuff. Oh. Tamika.
Tamika was late. Tamika came a little bit late. I do agree. I think the most shocking thing that we all was like, wait, Tamika and Tasha beefing? Is some family issues? They were fussing and not getting along, because y'all know for a fact that the whole time Escape has been Escape. There's never been issues between the sisters that we've seen. We've only ever seen them, always be a dynamic duo against Kandi and Tiny. So to see Tamika not only not follow her sister, but still stand on her own and say what she mean and mean what she say, even though you can tell it hurts her for them to be at odds or whatever, I'm happy that she's at least finally standing up for herself, okay?
You're a good girl. Y'all ready for the stage right now?
We're going to do a show right here.
She really came in here to like shut it down, baby.
So
she came to show out on us too.
That was so cute as always. Don't play. Look at me. I'm all sporty spice over here.
She ready to hit the stage.
I mean, all three of you are.
I like it.
You didn't expect. What about you, Tiny? Was the show what you expected it to be?
Hey, Tommy. Good morning.
Give your phone.
Yeah.
So all of them were on a live on their phone. You can see Kandi phone up there front. Kandi was on live. Tiny on live. Tamika was too, but Tamika's live. Tamika must have took a live down. Kandi took her live down too. Tiny live was weird because it got cut off or something. So I'm like, nah. So luckily, V103 had this on their IG page.
I'm sorry. Did I expect it to be? I expected it to be a lot of drama with. I mean, not a lot of drama, but I expected it to be bad for us and SWV just because we've never really worked together like hand in hand, like where we have to, make decisions and and you got two powerful groups. It's going to be some kind of disarray there. So I expected that, but I did not expect for us to have as much drama within our group.
Girl, you knew we was about to have
not the kind of drama that we have, though. Not the kind of drama. A lot of this stuff came up as the show was going on, and you will see that as the episodes play.
I feel like most of us thought, I have to speed up or slow down the voices, just to kind of throw it off or whatever, and to edit it myself. But I think a lot of us felt like the drama may be with Kandi and the sisters. Okay, I also thought the drama would be between SWV and Escape, just trying to figure out which group would be the leading group or whatever. I thought that would be the drama, and we know that's coming a little bit down the pipeline or whatever. But the fact that the first drama we see is really within the group of it all, between Tasha and Tamika, and also a little bit of Kandi. But let's keep listening.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Kandi, I brought up too, LaTocha, the fact that you done blocked that girl out. Girl, I'm so trying. You do not stop. I'm so tired of that narrative. I asked her why she felt that you had that kind of power to actually block her album, and her response was, basically, you were sleeping with Jermaine Dupri.
I told y'all yesterday. I said Shamia is asking Tasha questions specifically to be able to get a response from Tasha that she can then get a reply from Kandi and them. Okay, I know some folks felt like, girl, why wasn't she more hard on her? She Kandi friend. Why? I was like, no, she being smart. She's making Tasha feel comfortable while playing her face. Okay, but she's also making sure that she's getting the sound bites to have the conversations that need to be had. Okay, I agree with Anissa. Is Kandi has been vindicated for one in a large extent. I agree wholeheartedly. Okay, and Tamika's finally getting her due and roses away from her toxicity of the family dynamic. I do feel like Tamika has always felt like all she had was her family. And I can't go against them. And I still don't think she's going against her family. She's just not being a stepping stool to prop up Tasha as this perfect ass singer, perfect sister. She's showing, hey, I have my own stuff too, whatever, and I'm gonna leave it be. But I'm not gonna let y'all keep fucking with me. And I think that's the great thing that it's just not taking nobody no more. You can love your mama and love your sister, but love your family without allowing them to make you the butt of their joke, to make you feel like you're worth nothing. And I'm happy she's finally listening.
Okay. And you got your own album, which you never wanted in the past, and it came out, and hers got shelved. Okay, to be clear, at the time that she got her album, well, at the time that I got my radio, Jermaine wasn't even communicating anymore.
Right.
Tiny would know. Tiny and I talked all the time. She you know, so when her album did not come out or whatever she says happened, I was nowhere around their situation. I was not on Columbia. I was not on So So Def. I was on Columbia. She was on So So Def. Okay. Jermaine, go back and look at my album. He did not do one song on my album. So if I had that much power over Jermaine, why didn't he produce my stuff? Why didn't he sign me to So So Def? He signed her to So So Def.
I said that yesterday. I said, Tamika, I'm young these names, honey. Tasha saying that Kandi, it was weird because all these things, it made no sense. If Kandi had the power to get your album canceled, why would she not have the power to get signed to So Def? That was the crazy part. It did not make any sense. And I feel like she say stuff that makes sense in her head because someone told her, it must have been Kandi. Why would Kandi get a solo deal elsewhere? Why take the time out to get your album canceled and not just get her own album there and not have you be a part of it? It's weird. I also feel like Tasha believes her own lies or believes stuff that people have told her to make her feel like she's better than what she was, because she is not a quote unquote solo star. So they trying to make her feel like it's because of Kandi. And Kandi like, girl, you sound dumb. One, I was not with Jermaine Dupri at the time. Okay, Kandi, Tiny know that, and Tiny said she wasn't. So again, all the stuff that Tasha's making up excuses and blaming Kandi for, it isn't true.
So I just feel like if she has an issue or if she wants to know why her album never came out, ask Jermaine.
We asked her if she asked Jermaine. She said no.
Exactly, because she always wants to try to make me the villain in every situation. She always want to make me the problem in her life for whatever reason. If anything go wrong, if her and her sister have an argument, Kandi made her do that. It's like everything that happens, she tries to make it seem like I was the one who did it. Well, speaking of her sister, yeah, we definitely asked her if she was the favorite child. She said no. Girl. And then I asked her about that $30,000. And she said that never happened. She did not take your money, neither did her husband. And if that was the case, why did y'all proceed to do so many shows, songs, etc.? The relationship has been fine since then. If it was a problem, then why haven't you ever mentioned it before?
I mean, at the moment, when that came up on TV, I did not come to film to exploit that. When I came in that scene, I was attacked. And that was my defense mechanism. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, you said all these lies about me, let's talk some truth. And I knew that once I said, it just came out of hurt. Because I've been protecting her for a long time. Not this morning, you not this morning, Tamika.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
Tamika, honey, I feel like when Tamika get emotional, it's real emotion. Her saying that she never went on the show planning to discuss it because it was old. However, because she felt attacked by her mom and her sister, and in her anger, she just said, well, but she stole my money, and I had to forget, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like Tasha tried to make it seem as if, well, Tamika planned to come on the show to expose stuff, like who come on the show. And I feel like when we watch it play out, it don't look like it was something that she knew she was going to say. I also feel like Tasha know that, but she's hoping the audience will just say, well, Tasha, we know that your sister make up stuff, and that ain't what it is. We fully believe that Tamika just got pissed off and just said it, forgetting about the cameras. We fussing right now. Okay, we fussing right now, but we shall see.
Okay, y'all, this is a touchy.
It is a very touchy.
I mean, Tasha was emotional yesterday
Absolutely.
as well, and particularly when it came to this particular part of the conversation. about her mama being dragged by the public.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that my sister's been dragged and my mom's been dragged. That's not who I am as a person. That is still my family. I love my mom. I love my sister. We're just going through some things right now. I did not lie on my sister. And, you know.
As she just said, I did not lie on my sister. Because, again, we know that Tasha was saying she lied on me. And Tamika saying, I did not lie on my sister. I love my sister. I love my mama. There's even more of a sincerity to how Tasha talked about the situation. Whereas I feel like there's a sincerity in how Tamika talks about the situation. I feel like when Tasha talks about the situation, it's from a damage control standpoint. It just doesn't seem as authentic that she's trying to say, I want to fix things with my family. Thank you, Steph, for the for the super chat. I'm so glad that Tamika is getting it out. So healing for her. My heart hurts for her so much. Right. I agree. I also wanted to know, because I saw somebody else. Wait, let me see where it is. Because we do know Tamika she did a YouTube today where she was saying that, where was it? Boom. She kind of confirmed Rocky, Tasha's husband, put a bang bang out on Nikki Gilbert's husband. So she did say that in her YouTube. She said allegedly. She did say allegedly, just to say for butt. But I feel like that stuff she was told from her sister back then. Because that was a rumor that happened on the R&B Diva set that Rocky was around here, put out a bang bang on Nikki Gilbert's husband, and that was some BS. She was also saying how, when Rocky said on the show, when somebody speak on them or when somebody says allegations, they got to deal with the consequence. She said, I did take that as a threat because what you mean? What's going to happen? So, yeah, but let's keep this so mean.
It is what it is, and I still to this day continue to protect her because I can pull out receipts, but I'm not.
Escapes in the building yesterday. LaTocha stopped by. We're getting more clarity. We trying to Van Zant this thing.
Yeah.
Now she did just say that she could pull out receipts, but she won't. I feel like her putting out receipts would seem like she always planned to expose Tasha. I feel like the fact that Kandi and Tamika have kind of backed up her story in how they were supposed to get royalty checks and how the same thing that Tasha is denying happened that Tamika said happened. Kandi and Tiny kind of have said, well, no, we were, my mama did stand us up stuff, whatever. We were getting checks or whatever. And Tamika did tell us that she did not get hers. So I think they're aware of the situation. And it's only Tasha who's kind of denying stuff. And Tamika would have no reason to now start lying on her sister. And I think that's something too. Because she's never done this. So I feel like she don't have to pull out like the bank receipts and show Rocky's account. She said what happened. I believe her. I believe her on the fact that Kandi also backed up. We were getting royalties. It did come through this one, that way, whatever. The checks were going to other places or whatever. I feel like we've heard enough of it to know this was something that happened. Tamika's the only one who said, but it didn't happen. I didn't do that. I don't believe you. Somebody stole that lady money.
Figure out if there is a bridge to be mended, a fence. What can it get back together? She left a message for you.
Ooh,
For
all of you.
all three of y'all.
Well, she would have to leave a message because me and Tamika don't have a phone number, so
Wow.
she changed her number.
Oh, Tiny, you got the number?
Tiny just got the number a couple weeks
When
ago.
we come back, we'll play you that message and get your instant reaction to
I
it.
just hate the fakeness. Like, stop trying to make it seem like
the number me?
you trying so hard to, like, throughout this show, like, everything she be saying in these interviews, it's going to be contradicted as you see the show play out.
Right.
Like, you see her on the show, now she says, oh, yeah, I thought it was a great idea to do a tour with SWD.
Right.
But as soon as she got with us on the show, she was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do it.
Well,
yeah, I
we're
don't
going
know
to
if
get that message and your response as soon as we get back.
So her point is, her point is one. Tasha said on her interview the other day, yesterday, that she texted Tamika about how she felt about things or whatever. She made it seem as if her and Tamika on speaking terms. The fact that Tamika and Kandi both said we don't even have a lady number, like we ain't talked to her. So it's again a point to where showing how Tasha not being fully honest. Now maybe she meant that she texted Tamika months ago when the stuff first happened. But I still feel like she makes it seem as if when I talked to my sister, I told her how I felt about it, but I don't think that was recently. Okay, so if your sister don't have your number, that's crazy. Period. Done.
All right, are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Yesterday, LaTocha stopped by, and we talked about a great deal of things that we've already discussed with you, but we asked her to leave you a message. Something she wanted to leave for you, and we're going to play it for you, and then we want you to respond.
Yeah, because she actually said she would really like to have us sit down and get back on the same page. She hates that. She don't want y'all to, tarnish legacy.
So here's the message.
That we actually sat down and said what was on our minds. That really spoke from our hearts, because we never did that. When I say never did that, everybody had their, we're going to talk to this person. We never said that. And then to have somebody who kind of understood the business to kind of keep things intact, we just never had that. I was the
Tasha,
the group will be here tomorrow. Yeah, so if you could sit down and talk to them and say anything to them, what would you even say? What's the conversation? When we talk about our legacy, and we think about the fans, let's really keep that in mind and not get so caught up in self. I'm talking.
Look at Kandi's face. She ain't like, man, what? Girl, what? Why you lying? Kandi face to me speaks volumes, but that's because her and Kandi has the most issues or whatever. I really wish Tamika did not have a hat on so I could see her face, but I think Tamika is so emotional that she don't want to show her face. At least she don't have sunglasses on, like her sister did.
About me included, it's like when you think about how many people have talked about how we've gotten them through with the music, how a lot of people who've come to me and say, I was going to take my life. So this is deeper than just us having this on the surface, and we just got to get past it. At the end of the day, I think that we will.
Tiny.
Because y'all know Tiny is the peacemaker. Tiny is the one who just wants everything to be cool or whatever. When Tiny can't be like, it's okay, we're gonna be fine.
Well, I can say that we've had plenty of sit downs.
Exactly.
That's tons of them. But most of the time when we sat down, she didn't really want to talk. She was like, I gotta pray about it, or it was always something. So we could never really get to the real issues, because she would always just cut it, like, I just don't have time for this, because I guess whatever her and Tamika was going through, she was saying, we haven't talked, and I'm just like, Tamika.
So you get mad, right? You're not gonna come to work because you mad? You're not gonna come to work because you mad?
No, you're not messing up my bed.
It doesn't matter about, you have family problems. That's just an excuse. You know what I mean?
And that's a good point. So I think we have to remember, Tasha and Tiny is still cool. That's the one Tasha talks to Tiny. And Tiny is, again, the peacemaker, okay? I think for Tiny to say, because again, Tasha's point is, we should talk, we never talk, we don't talk. So Tiny's point is saying, we be trying to talk, at least with this situation. With this situation, we tried to talk to her multiple times, and she did not want to have a conversation. She would not want to respond. And Tamika's point is saying, and her saying that because her and Tamika was, have issues. And Tamika's point is saying, okay, cool, you mad at me, but do that mean you don't go to work? If you are mad at your coworker, you can't not work because you're mad at your coworker. To use that as an excuse, to me, is Tasha trying to play victim. You don't want to participate in the group activities, okay, but you want the fans or whoever else to believe it's because, well, no one wants to talk. No, you did not want to talk. And I think when they asked her that in other interviews, Tasha tried to say, well, production is like cutting stuff out or whatever. They won't show how, whatever argument. We saw you fuss with your sister. We saw that. But you have to still go to work. And if you don't want to go to work, cool, leave, but don't try to blame your bandmate. We can kind of see that as your ass. Okay?
That's an excuse. You're not going to stop working
because of that, unless you got other intentions. I mean, you pretty much seen on the show when we was talking about, you was trying to talk, and she was like, I'm ready to go, or I'm gonna pray about it, and you know, that was.
She does have a gospel album coming out. And she relies on her. I think we spending a lot of time talking about Tasha, for real.
Kid, like, I'm tired of the bullshit. We taking too much time talking about Tasha. We don't care. Okay.
At the end of the day, you know, like Tiny said, every time we did try to have a conversation, she never really wanted to talk. The only time she will talk is if her man is around. Like, she won't really communicate with us. It got to the point where she wouldn't even let the business people talk to her. Everybody got to go through her people or go through whatever. Like, so
you can't have a business and not communicate. Like, it doesn't make sense. We don't have the telephone number. Why you say it's about communication, but you change your number? And then my mom tells me, oh, I can't give you her number because she needs her peace.
Not your mom. Ooh, girl. Not your mama not giving you your sister's number. Now look, my family don't give my number to my cousins. Okay. I don't need anybody giving my cousins my numbers, because some of my cousins I don't rock with. They crazy. Stay over there. Okay. So I do get you do not want, and that's like distant relatives. I don't mean like folks I grew up with. I mean like this, if a cousin third time removed who I ain't seen since I was 4, I don't need that person to have my number. But my sibling, it's crazy. She's saying my mama said she can't give me my sister's number because my sister want her peace. So that's like Tasha saying Tamika is at work at war with her. That's crazy. That's insane. I hope y'all have y'all liked the video. Look, 1 second. Do what? Do 1 second and do what? Like the video, okay? I'm around here before work. We got about 15 more minutes before I gotta leave this place to go to work. Okay, but my point is, they mama telling Tamika, I can't give you your sister number because she wants some peace. It's crazy to me. I don't understand that. I also seen a comment. Where is it? Okay, Tasha separating herself from the girls, and they don't care. Okay, about her doing a solo project. I think that's the thing. They don't care about her going solo. Kandi was running on Broadway. Okay, I think all of them have done things separately. No one cared that she wants to be solo. It's how she's going about it that pisses people off. Okay, she's being sneaky and secretive and trying to blame the girls for the reason that she's not doing stuff. I also felt like her mama, who was not trying to mend things, and she's allowing the distance to become even more, because I feel like Tamika saying my mama won't give me your number, while Tasha saying, well, we should talk. How? When me and my sister fuss, me and my sister don't fuss. Me and my sister will fuss more when we're younger. We're both now, in our 40s. So even if we get mad at each other, I got her number. She not gonna block me. She not gonna we in my family, we have had the same phone number for years. And you don't block your sibling from, unless your sibling has physically beat your ass and put you in the hospital and they crazy and deranged. I feel like, girl, bye. Like it's family. It's family. Tasha's using all of this as a reason for people to feel bad for her, and it ain't working.
We still have a business to run. Well, I can understand, right? She said she need her peace. I said, okay, whenever she's ready, then she can give me.
I have sisters, and we definitely had our arguments in the past. I will always have their numbers.
She changed it and won't give it to me.
So let me ask this question. As someone who has been hanging out with you around from record 1, it's disheartening to see this play out publicly in general. And I want to know from you two first as a group, if there is a way to fix it and what needs to happen. And then you, Tamika, y'all are related. You know what I'm saying? That's your sister, that's your blood. Is there a way to fix the relationship with your sister? But with Kandi and Tiny, what is there something specifically that can be done to fix the relationship?
I agree I think everyone feels the same way. Tiny said it a bit earlier how, Tasha would say, "Hey, I want to do the show," but we then see on the show she's the first one saying she don't know about doing the tour with SWV. So I feel like she knew they had this show. She knew her sister had not talked and was at odds. The fact that we know Rocky had been setting up meetings for her to do something solo, it was a whole plot in the plan. I think she knew once camera started, because I'm already not talking to my sister, because me and Kandi already have this issue, I can make it seem as if this is why. And be standoffish. Because each time we see Tasha on this show, she never seems pleasant. She never seems pleasant unless she's in the meetings with the folk who she wants a solo deal with, because that's what she wants. She felt like I can let people see me singing, and I can make it seem as if I have to distance myself from my group mates, so that way more people will follow me in my solo journey. And I'm like, she don't get how reality TV goes. We follow the story, and the story look like you are the common denominator. And when the math ain't mathing, because everything she say is kind of disputed by not just Kandi, but by Tiny and by Tamika and by the show and by how we see a mama talk to her sister. So she don't get, girl, we can see things ain't right.
Me and her, we have probably the best relationship at the group. So, yes.
Sure, you got the number.
Yesterday. We could always have a sit down. We're always willing to sit down with her. It's not like we're like, oh, we won't sit and talk to you, Tasha. That's not the case. Her and Kandi have always had this thing between them. And I think they could cordially work together. I know they'll never be on the same page and just be like lovey-dovey. I don't get that from them.
Right.
Because I thought they could. But they showed me different.
I personally feel that the thing with me and Tasha, like I'm very much fine with us being cordial and handling business. I think the last thing that happened, which has not played out on the show yet, it really bothered me because I don't feel like I trust her and her man.
Girl, give us the tea, girl. What happened?
You'll see when it play out on the show. Like I feel like when it comes to business, I don't trust them.
And that's the thing. You have to trust who you're working with. And once you feel like either you can't trust who you're working with or who you're working with don't trust you, cut ties. And that's why they have to have their own management. That's why things have to be separate, because I don't trust your ass. Okay? Because I don't trust the situation. I don't trust the business if it's being handled by only you and your husband. I think we talked about before how Kandi had said before this show and before their last reality show, how Kandi had said to fucking Eva in passing or whatever, and Funky said this on his lives, that Kandi said she did not want to try to give back with the group for things to go haywire, and we have now seen it went haywire.
You know what I mean? And it's hard for me, like, to be able to say, oh, I want to do shows with you, because now I got to think every time we do a show with you, y'all have a side deal with the promoter or something like that. So it's just like, I don't trust that.
Well, and here's the thing, like, he's her manager, so, like, even though we may have put a manager in place, he's still always, dealing with her stuff and, speaking for her or whatnot. So I think that's what she's saying, that it just seems like it'll be a hard thing to pull back because, no matter how we position the business, like, he's always gonna be her go-to person. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's hard in a group. If you are in a group and you have group management, and then if each individual has management as well, to have to keep going through one person's person makes it more difficult. If we have agreed to have one set of management, but you still go through your husband, who's your manager, it does cause more discourse, because either we're going to all have a group person who handles our stuff, who should not have to go through your solo manager, because your solo shit don't matter around here. And truth be told, I feel like the only person who solo status matters is Kandi's. And that's only because some of the stuff that's happening, at least for this show on Bravo, is because of Kandi's connections. We've always said we ain't never seen Tasha around here doing much. And again, even though she was on R&B Divas, that was a show with Ty and Carlos King, would it still kind of through Kandi? So if you are a group and you have group management, that's who it should go through. Otherwise, it gets messy.
And involving himself in our business.
Tamika, she's your family.
Yeah, this is family. This is really hard for me, y'all. I mean, I can imagine. I can imagine. Before we started filming, I tried to sit down with her and talk to her. She don't want to talk. It's like, what do you do when you call and nobody? She didn't want to mend it. She already had an agenda before she did the show. For her to tell Tiny, oh, I'm gonna turn up on them. Like, who is them? Me and Kandi, what you turning up on us for? Like, I haven't done anything. And that's the crazy part because I have put myself out there. You know what I mean? And y'all make me mess up my makeup.
You're still cute though.
I'm looking like a scarecrow when I do it. But it's hard. You know, I'm constantly praying and, you know, I'm just waiting for God to tell me what to do. But I'm still gonna love my sister. I still pray for her. I even pray for her husband. Even after forgiving them, I still pray for them.
What's your mom say?
I'm jealous. Wow.
She said, my mom thinks I'm jealous. My mom thinks I'm jealous. Even her saying how I tried to talk to my sister before we started filming, she did not want to talk. So again, this is Tamika's point. And saying I tried to have a conversation and she ain't want to talk. And the reason I believe her is because as we see on the show, she did not want to talk to Tamika, and her excuse was because I'm not going to talk to you in front of these people, but you're on the show. You know what I'm saying? Well, I keep saying it, it's family. I feel like Tigger was saying the same thing to Tasha too. So, that's him trying to, I guess, fix things or whatever. I also think, Tigger and Shamia too, like they know these people. Like, Shamia and Kandi are really good friends or whatever. Tigger they are probably friends. Tigger trying to fix things, and I feel like, sir, stop. Because it ain't that easy. You can't be the one around here. Oh, it's family. It's true, but he was doing the same thing yesterday with Tasha. So, that's just him being aggravating. But I think Tamika's point is, I did not want it to get to this point. I tried to fix things and have a conversation before filming starts, and she ain't want to do that. So now it is what it is. And I think the fact that each time she talks about it, she starts crying is because it's hurtful. You know what I'm saying?
I'm jealous.
Your mom says that you're jealous? Wow.
That's not cool. It's hard. It's hard. I'm sorry, girl. That's not cool.
I mean, again, from the outside looking in, as everyone watches it develop on the show, people are going to form opinions and take sides, unfortunately.
Yeah, but as a mom, I'm supposed to be a mediator. I got 2 daughters now. If they grow up, I don't want them to be against each other. It's my job to mend the relationship and make it work. It's definitely not my job to make one daughter feel less than or inferior or of the other one. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So to tell one daughter that she's jealous of the other daughter, why? You come from the same...
I can't answer that from her mother's
You are both
standpoint.
great in your own right. Like, you're both amazing artists, great women, women of God. Like, you shouldn't feel less than ever, and should never make anybody, even your mom, make you feel like that. And I'm sorry you have to deal with that. That's not okay. And you have every right to be in your feelings and emotional about it. I don't see a way around. You saying to sit down is possible, but it ain't never gonna be what it used to be. Every time we had a conversation during the filming, it was an argument. We never had one conversation through the whole time where it was like peaceful.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't get far because she didn't.
And the big thing for us is just owning up to what we're doing, just being grown women. We are grown women. We're not puppets. We don't need nobody to speak for us. Our husbands, before we were married to any of our husbands, we were escaped. So to not respect us as business women, and we got to talk to your husband who's done a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, to a lot of stuff that we've all forgiven for, and have to continue to deal with.
You see Tiny over there shaking her head, yes? I'm rewind a little bit. Watch Tiny shake her head, yes, as Tamika saying, one, respect us as business women. Before any of us was married, we were a group. We should not have to go through your husband who's done stuff that we've all had to forgive If you look at Tiny, she's shaking her head. Girl. So I feel like each of them, in my opinion, has owned up to something. You know what I'm saying? Tiny owned up to being the peacemaker. Kandi owned up that back in the day she was upset about the third album being used to try to propel Tasha's solo album. You know, Tamika admitting that she did not mean to expose the secret. She was upset. Everyone in this group has admitted to something except Tasha. That's the gotcha. Everybody here has admitted to something or what part they played in all of this. Even Kandi admitting her and Tasha just don't get along. Like everybody admits to things except Tasha. But watch Tiny when she was when Tamika was saying that they had to forgive Rocky for some stuff.
And the big thing for us is just owning up to what we're doing, just being grown women. We are grown women. We're not puppets. We don't need nobody to speak for us. Our husbands, before we were married to any of our husbands, we were escaped. So to not respect us as business women, and we got to talk to your husband who's done a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, to a lot of stuff that we've all forgiven for, and have to continue to deal with this, is not fair to us. None of our husbands are involved. Our husbands, you don't even call me. I ain't mad at child. I need to talk to you again.
I'm sad that we're at the place that we're at. Again, having known, all of you 20 plus years and seen the evolution, the growth individually and as a collective, it just bothers me to see us at this point. I'm sure it bothers y'all to be at this point.
Yeah.
Not you. Really? You're over it?
I am over it because it's just like a constant, back and forth. It's never can be peaceful for too long. And then I'm just going to keep it all the way 100. I felt like it was even more drama because she knew that she had her solo project coming into the show. I felt like that's why she was giving us her behind the kiss.
Boom. I think that's true as well. And again, it's a replay. It's the same thing that happened 25 years ago. It's the same thing. And I think that's the part that Tasha doesn't think that people will remember what happened. And that she's kind of doing the same thing now. That when in her head, Tasha feel like I'm finna have a solo deal. I don't have to be nice with y'all. I don't have to work with y'all. I can do my own thing. And I feel like that's a downfall. Because you do not have to shit on your group mates to be solo. You don't have to make it seem as if they're the issue for you to be solo. And Kandi's point in saying she knew coming into this show that her and Rocky were working on her getting solo deals. She knew that. Once she knew she had meetings set up. Okay. Because again, to shoot somewhere, they had to fly to Nashville to meet with that the gospel label. That had to be set up with production to fly there to film that. So again, I feel like Kandi said, Tasha knew for a fact that she had a solo deal or was working on a solo deal before filming started. And so she just started distancing herself. And when the group was not like kissing her ass, she said, oh, okay, I'll keep being a bitch. It's like, well, it didn't work. And as someone said earlier in the chat, in this day and age with social media and all that stuff, nothing about it, go ahead and report content that is spam. Guy and block whoever Mimi is because we don't have time for the bullshit. Anyway, so the fact that Tasha did not expect people to watch this show in real time, even though it's stuff that happened last year, we're watching it in real time and we're reacting in real time. We're upset in real time. And nobody around here feel like, oh, Tasha was right. No, ma'am, not today. Not ever.
You know what I mean? Because it's just like, it was like history repeating itself, you know? Like, when she thinks she don't need us, then she be extra, like, yeah, I don't want to talk about, yeah, this, you know what I mean? But it's like, for what, though? Like, you can do your solo project or whatever you got going on and not give all this extra attitude you giving us right now. And we didn't even know coming into the show that she had this deal happening. Oh. We found out during the show, but what I'm saying is that the same way she did years ago when she got the solo deal and would start acting crazy with us, same way she doing now. That's just my personal opinion. Now it's like, now she's saying, oh no, I want to be back, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, yeah, but when you first got that deal, you was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do any shows. Her people told us they'll let us know when she's available. Oh, so it's just like, why do you come on?
But not even just that.
It be the bullshit. Thank you, Lady T, for the super chat. Here's the morning love for you and your hard work. It's much appreciated. Thank you so much. And thank you so much. Because once I get off here, I have to get dressed and run off to work. Okay, look, it's supposed to be my off day, but I came on before work to give y'all this because I won't be on later on today and stuff. Okay, thank you, Rolling with the Rivers, for the super chat. It is appreciated. Okay, it is appreciated. But I agree with Kandi in saying, you know, each time she thinks she don't need us, she shit on us. And that isn't a good feeling to have from anybody. Okay, even how she's saying, you know, we don't mind you being solo. Like, we don't have no issue with it. I think they've all done. Kandi round here shooting 3 TV shows. She's on Housewives of Atlanta. She's on that a la carte show. She's out there shooting The Shy. You know what I'm saying? Tamika brought up later on how she is about to do, I think, a movie right now. Tiny is working with Zanique and Zanique. Like, all of them are doing things on their own, too. Tasha's the only one who's been trying to make it seem as if she can't do both. Why? Because she doesn't want to. Why? Because she wants to make sure that people can think that she is the person who is the victim. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, girl, bye. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. And I don't see an issue with them being upset with how Tasha's moving. Because again, when Kandi said none of us knew coming into filming the show that she was having solo deals on the table, that she was working on solo shit. What kind of person goes on a TV show being shot for reality TV for her group to be on tour with another group and you're shooting scenes talking about us and going solo? The fuck? Tasha is trying, and I'm gonna say it's because her management probably told her, girl, use this show to propel yourself. But she used the show and it's making her look worse. Now, she will still have some fans who rock with her and who will buy that album that come out next month or whatever, but more people are upset with her for how she's acting.
Her husband was going to promoters saying last year, oh, Tasha's not available. I mean, you could try to get the up 3, but there's no escape without Tasha because she's Beyonce of the group. Like, several promoters have come back and told us this, trying to stop our paper. So she didn't want to do no shows last year.
Let me rewind a little bit so y'all can hear what because I was like, what now? You know, them saying that during filming and the tours and the shows they were doing at the end of 2020, and some they've been doing, you know, now, with Tasha and her management saying, we'll let you know when and if she's available to do shows. Meaning, we have to perform as a trio. So she chose to not want to participate, and that's on her.
So it's just like, why do you come on? But not even just that. Her husband was going to promoters saying last year, oh, Tasha's not available. I mean, you could try to get the up 3, but there's no escape without Tasha because she's Beyonce of the group. Like,
and that's the gotcha. That's the gotcha. Her management saying to, and this per Tamika, and you don't see Kandi or Tiny denying that's what they were told by people. Okay, Tiny and Kandi did not deny that was being said. But Tamika saying that Rocky was the one out here telling promoters, hey, my wife ain't gonna perform. She's the Beyonce. Okay, you can book the other 3, but you won't get Tasha because Tasha feel like the group can't perform without her, even though we know they have. That's some bullshit.
Several promoters have come back and told us this, trying to stop our paper. So she didn't want to do no shows last year because they had a point to prove. I don't know why, but to do that, this is who you want to manage you, the person who's dogging us out, saying we can't go on without her.
But God had blessed us to get it together, and we've been doing shows with us three, and we've been killing it.
The truth is, the promoter that they fell out with, he actually decided to take a chance on the three of us because everybody was kind of scared after hearing, the backlash. They were, it ain't no escape without Tasha. So
and Rocky told you the same thing.
Yeah, he did. He was like, I don't know how y'all think y'all gonna do it without Tasha, because you know what I'm saying.
Tiny never, she don't be saying much sometimes. So when Tasha said Rocky told you that, and yeah, he did. He did say, y'all ain't nothing but all the Tasha. If y'all don't think about it on social media, a lot of people kept on saying, I ain't going to the concert if ain't no Tasha. People were saying, I saw it myself on Twitter and on IG, commenters saying, if Tasha ain't there, I ain't coming. If it ain't all folk, I ain't coming. That was a real narrative. And promoters don't want to book a show if they feel like the fans won't come. And the fact that, they had to switch things up to be a 3-part harmony, and that's hard to do when you sing it, because it's the different. So luckily, Tamika, all of them can sing enough to be able to make things work. And to have to switch up how you do things is crazy. So I think they're saying Rocky and Tasha on some bullshit. Now, I don't know if that was Rocky and his bots or whatever who's on social media saying we ain't coming in no Tasha. I don't know. Rocky hired bots. I don't know that. What I do know is I for sure saw people saying, okay, we not going to go to their shows. We not going to support Escape if it's not all for it. If Tasha ain't there, we ain't going. That was a real narrative last year when they were going on as 3. And that can hurt their money, hurt their business. Okay.
Who's gonna be able to replace
Tasha?
Tasha?
Call him then.
But I mean,
Babe, I know Kay would have gave him
You stop starting stuff.
So shout out to the promoter that took a chance on us 3, and then we were able to get ourselves together and really show people that we can do it with just us 3. Y'all said we could.
All right, baby, when I say y'all been doing it, and you've been holding down the whole Scott family, okay?
Right. So we've been doing it for the whole family.
Now it's to the point where I'm like, wait, who was the original part? Who did that belong to again? You had to run it back with your the verses. I'm like, you singing your parts, the same, like your sister parts too. It's like, oh, yeah, you've been had that voice. So I'm praising God for Jesus for letting us hear your voice in that way, because you weren't singing those parts, but now you're doing it. I'm like, and you are killing them.
Killing it.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem, and I'm going to pray that there is a possibility of reconciliation. But I don't know if it's going to be. I love all 4 of you. I want it to be what it was, but if it can't be, I wish you all your individual and collective success.
I think everything needs time, overall, because, we done been through a lot of ups and downs and big arguments and whatever fallouts. So everything needs time. Right now, it's very, very sensitive. And this is a reality show. Makes it like that when you do a part 2 or season 2. I wouldn't want to. I didn't want to do the first.
Is there a movie?
I really don't want to do that either. I just feel like all of that, it makes more turmoil when we continuously keep bringing rehashing stuff.
Well, I don't mind the movie. I just feel I think the movie should be done, honestly. More so a series if I could have it my way, because I feel like it's going, it's a continuation of what's going on with us. But
that story's still being told.
Yes, but the only issue that I have is us telling the truth. Everybody being open and honest enough to say, okay, this happened, we can tell it. You know what I'm saying? Because it actually is our story. I don't want us to have to sugarcoat it because maybe she don't want this out or she don't want this out. We really want to be able to give the real, because the story is a hell of a story.
And we don't really say everything that we could say. Yeah. So if we did, then people's feelings would really be hurt. You know what I mean? Right. So you talking about
this ain't even all of it?
No. You would be shocked.
Good Lord. Well, we love you. Escape, make sure you're checking out the Queens of R&B on.
So that was our interview. I feel like Kandi, when she was on her speak on it, when she did her speak on it with Mona Scott Young, and they brought up them doing a movie about Escape, Kandi also said, I don't want to do no movie, one, if it ain't done the right way. I don't want people, other group mates, not being honest about things that have happened over the years. I feel like they're saying, Tasha, I feel like they're saying, everybody has to be honest about what happened. I also think it does not need to be like a 1 episode movie. It needs to be a series, like a a 5-part miniseries, how they did, New Edition, how they did the Jackson 5. I do think with New Edition, Bobby Brown, it needs to be, it can't be one thing. It's 4 ladies, and it's a 30 years of stuff happening of them as a group, them solo and stuff like that. I do think it needs to be a whole bunch. Kandi said how she does not want to do another season. Kandi, like, I'm over it, because I do think when things happen, she has to continually defend herself. They always bring up her fucking JD. I think they bring up so much old shit that she's tired of having to rehash it. I do think if they follow the 3 of them and how they have to perform as a trio and not address the Tasha shit, that might work. I do feel like in this instance, when Tasha is involved, there is more bickering. I'm almost happy that Tamika and Tasha are not on good terms. I feel like if they were, the whole group will break up. I think Tasha being on her own solo dolo gives Tamika time to realize, hey, I need to be sure that I have my own shit in order, and I can't be around here trying to follow my sister, because had she followed Tasha again, she would have been out of a job. Because Tasha don't want to bring Tamika on to her to sing songs. Tasha wants to be solo. So you want to be a solo artist, but your sister's beefed out with Kandi and can't sing with the group. You know what I'm saying? So a part of me feel like they should be around here and just be a trio. Let it be that. That's it. Okay? That's it. Now. Okay? Yeah. JD needs to come out and say why he didn't come out with the Tasha solo project. True. I feel, but I wonder, I'm like, does JD know what's going on? Because I think JD is not actively involved in anything escape wise. So I also don't know how much JD, is around here following social media or whatever. I don't think JD may be watching the escape show. I know someone got to be in his ear and say, hey, you know what's going on? So I do feel like that, but I feel like there is no validity to Tasha saying Kandi did it. It was Kandi's fault. I feel like Jermaine Dupri ain't gonna come out and say, well, Kandi did tell me don't do that. He's never said that over the years. At the end of the day, the fact that Tasha has not went and talked to JD and asked him any questions, I feel like JD ain't gotta come out and say shit. You ain't if you had not come and asked me why something happened, if you're out here blaming other folk and not blaming me, I don't have shit to say. Nothing at all. So I think that may be the reason why JD ain't saying shit. I heard JD shelved her project because Rocky was trying to come at him and tell him how to produce her album. Again, a lot of stuff was happening back then. A lot of BS was happening. Again, this is way before social media. This is way before people, telling folks what happened. I heard it ain't none of that. So I can believe this. I didn't know this. I can believe this. I'm not saying it's a fact, but I can believe it because we see how Rocky do now. When Kandi brought up how when her and Tamika were trying to do a duo at that time, when Tasha was going solo at that time, and Kandi and Kandi and Tiny were trying to write songs to be able to be producers on their records or whatever, and how Kandi said that Rocky and Tamika, that Rocky and Tasha laughed at them saying, who gonna let y'all produce a record? I can fully believe that at that time, Rocky thought, hey, Tasha's the voice. We're gonna push her as the voice. And then once she has a solo deal and I can fully get my hooks in her, my hooks in the stuff, that he could have been a little bit too involved. And we know that sometimes that's the same thing people said about Monique and Sydney, that people had issue not much with Monique, but more with her husband, who was always involved in shit because he's the manager and, be a little bit overzealous. So I do believe that could be the reason. But Tasha still has not moved on from her past. And it's crazy to me that she's making the same mistakes. Yeah, she now has a project that's coming out and the songs may be great, but your spirit ain't. Your vibe not. Your aura isn't. Your antics aren't. And people like to support people who they get good feelings from. I said it on social when people was posted on social media. I put up the other day, and folks were saying, well, Tasha was the voice and blah 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 blah. I said there are so many people around here who are amazing singers who have a talented voice, and they are sitting on the shelf somewhere because singing does not pay the bills. Working hard and doing the work does. Having that it factor or whatever, and sometimes it's having you have to be. Tasha is fucking herself over. You thought that back in '98, you'd have had support. You have no idea how in 2023 people will not support you solely because they don't like your ass on a reality show. They don't like you, and because they don't like you on the show, they won't support you. They won't support you because they like Kandi more. They won't support you because they like Tiny more. They won't support you based on seeing you fuss with your sister. They won't support you because your mama told your sister she jealous of you. They won't support you because of what they're seeing playing out in their face. Okay? We know plenty of singers who are way more talented than the people we see that are popping up all on the or whatever. We know there are many talented singers, okay, who do not get their just due. But they still out here doing the work and not being assholes. I also feel like Tamika, over the years has not been looked at as a great voice because it's always been Tasha's the voice. Tasha's the voice. But the fact that Tamika is able to sing not only her verses and her songs or whatever, her parts, and her sisters too. Because she also can sing. The reason Escape was such a huge group back then was because it was, if y'all are not old enough to remember hearing Escape sing a cappella, sing live, okay, how each one of them can sing their ass off, that's why they were a group. That's why it made sense. That's why it was what it was. That's why we love them now. But somewhere along the lines, Tasha felt like she was the voice. Honey, no, Whitney Houston is the voice. You know what I'm saying? That's the voice. And I'm not knocking. Tasha has an amazing voice. All of them do. And I know some folk don't see it for Kandi, but Kandi also has a very distinctive, amazing voice too. Her voice is just different. You know what I'm saying? And can't nobody sing like Kandi. Okay? Kandi's voice is just as distinct and different as T.Y.'s. That's why back in the day for TLC and Escape, T.Y.'s was a lead singer of TLC, and Kandi was a lead singer of Escape. They both had these different, distinct voices. Okay? Period. So Tasha is making the same mistake now that she made 25 years ago. She's banking on folks believing that she can sing so well, we don't have to care if she's a shitty person. And that ain't how we go. I'm a full believer in, I support those who I feel like give good energy. And if I can't feel that from you, why would I want to support you? Even if you sing in gospel. And again, she might have her single coming out, an album done, but if you not right with yourself and how you come off to the audience or whatever, no one is going to want to buy your stuff. And you have no one to blame but yourself. Because when your album flops, if her album flops, you can't blame Kandi this time because Kandi ain't in. Well, she probably said, well, Kandi had Bravo, edit the footage. Kandi had Jesus, cut off my water, and so I couldn't wash my face to get to my session, and that's why I sounded weird. She gonna blame Kandi in some kind of way, but it's weird. And my thing also is, once her solo career might not take off as fast as she wants, because she may be LaTocha Scott of Escape. Nobody in the gospel world really knows her for her gospel singing. So it may take time to build up your solo career. And if that album or that song don't do well, you can't, in my opinion, they should not let her back and escape. Because look how she do once she feels she has enough clout to be solo. Because had they not done this show, would she still have went solo? Had they not been on Bravo, would she still have, or would she still have been touring with her group? So we're gonna wish Tasha well, because we wish everybody. We gonna wish the whole group well, that they can heal and mend these fences. I gotta go to work. I did not mean to be on for as long or whatever. But yeah, we still feel like, okay, they call her ass out. They call her out. They call Rocky out. Okay, the fact that we know about the fact that Rocky was around here trying to say, to the promoters, don't book them because my wife ain't coming, and Escape was nothing without Tasha. All these things, Tamika saying how she and her sister, she don't have Tasha's number. The mama said, I can't give you the number. Okay, she said, I am not lying on my sister, meaning she stole my money. Her saying that I did not come on the show to air my sister out. I got pissed and said something. Which is what happens in life, okay? Kandi and Tiny also like, Tasha's on some bullshit, okay? I feel like their interviews also are more organically refreshing. I always feel like Tasha's hiding something. But we've seen her say verbatim that she was raised to keep family business behind closed doors. And I get that, because I'm not going to tell y'all my family secrets either. I'm not. However, if I go on a reality show and stuff comes out, I have to address it. I can't then shy away from it and say, well, I don't discuss family. When you don't go on a show and have your mama on there. Until Tasha can have some kind of accountability for herself and something that she's done over all these years, I don't believe her, because she's never taken anything in at all. Okay? And again, the reason we know Tasha ain't shit, she has not asked Jermaine Dupri why he canceled her album. Okay? Anyway, y'all, I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work. Okay. Now, yeah, I'm gonna drive to work and I'm gonna discuss Snowfall and probably Sisters or whatever, and I'm gonna put that up on my other channel. So make sure to also subscribe to my JayLeesCorner Talk channel. I'm gonna do other stuff over there. Okay, I gotta go right now. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Please make sure to like the video. Also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, on Twitter, on TikTok, or whatever. Like the video, share the video. I love you all. Okay, I love you all. I love you all. If no one else told you today, I love you all. Okay, be safe. Be safe. I gotta go.